All right, we're headed over to the gym. I was just telling you guys yesterday how I had a presentation this morning, and let's just say we rocked it. The feedback that we got went pretty well. So it was a good start to the long weekend because it's also Labor Day on Monday, so we get that day off. So we're gonna be entering the weekend on some good news. I got the certification that I needed to get. I also hit a PR yesterday for legs. Man, things are looking good. Things are looking good. Now, this doesn't mean it's like this all the time. You guys already know. You guys have been sticking around for a while. We have those weeks where it's a little bit more challenging than other weeks, and you kind of have to just keep going, man. You kind of have to just keep going because that's just kind of part of it. You're gonna have good days, you're gonna have bad days, and I think the most important thing is being consistent because you're gonna thank yourself in the long run when you see all those gains that you have. But today's going to be a good one. I can already feel it. I can already feel it. Now, I'm kind of itching to hopefully maybe hit a seventh one because we hit it for six on the incline chest press for dumbbells. We hit it for a solid six on the first chest day. But I'm kind of itching a little bit to hit it for a second session in a row, to be honest with you. I think I kind of want to hit dumbbells, but we'll see. We'll have to see because maybe I'll get to the gym and then I end up changing my mind. So we'll have to see once we get there. But dumbbells are for sure on the top of the list to start off with some upper chest. And then just after that, we're gonna head over to some cable stacks so we can do some presses. We're gonna be doing some presses with some cable stacks afterwards, for some hopefully some not too crazy ones where we're getting hurt. But I think we're gonna take the 45 to 50 kg for a spin, and I think that'll be pretty good. Now, you guys already know when it comes to the cable stack, it's a little bit tricky to set up, but I think we'll be fine. I think we will be fine with if we ask a fellow gym goer if they can help us set up. 9.5 out of 10, they're going to say yes. Now, there's some times where it might get a little tricky. Maybe they just don't have the strength to help you and they rather just have you ask somebody else, and that's totally okay as well. You'll just have to ask somebody else, and that should be okay. So, I think we're going to start off with two sets of some type of incline. I already mentioned Smith machine or the dumbbells. Then we're going to move over to some presses. I'm thinking maybe some high presses with the cable stacks would probably be pretty good. Maybe target a little bit of the lower chest. I think that'll be pretty nice. We'll have to see once we get there because I did it last time in one of the chest sessions and it felt pretty good. So I think we're gonna have to maybe try that one out again. And then after that, we might just do some dips or we might just do that fly machine, that isolation machine that we also like. So it just depends. It depends on what's open once we get there. So hopefully there's a lot open. Hopefully there's not a lot of people, and we really get to roam around pretty freely. So we're gonna do either some type of flight 10. So it'll be the dips. I'm thinking maybe two sets of some solid dips will be pretty good, and then if those are taken, if I can't find a good spot, then I think two solid sets of flies. And then we're just usually end up our chest days with six to seven sets on average. That's usually the sweet spot for us. We're able to go pretty crazy throughout the whole sets, but it also gives us enough volume, but also allows us to also recover on time for the next time we hit it on Tuesday. On Tuesdays when we hit it. Man, I've been hitting this split for so long, but even now, I sometimes have to double think just to make sure I'm saying the correct thing because you just never know. Sometimes some words just kind of slip up, and then you say something you weren't meaning to say, and it just kind of comes out. So sometimes you have to kind of think about it sometimes. But we're gonna do around 6, 7 sets of chest. Then we're gonna move over to some triceps. I'm thinking we're gonna continue to do those really close-up triceps because they feel pretty good when the homie Sarab told me about them, and we started incorporating them. We did it on the last session on Tuesday, so we're for sure going to hit them again today. So we're gonna hit them for 2 sets or 3, just kind of depends. Then we're gonna move over to maybe one crossbody, really kind of prime up the triceps a little bit, and then we're gonna move over to some heavy overheads. Now I'm thinking we're gonna do maybe 40 kg plus either a 2.5 pounds or a 5 pounds. Don't be afraid to stack some extra weight, even if you're not full stacking the cable stack, because sometimes those jumps are too crazy. Maybe it's a whole 5 kg jump, but maybe you just want to go up by 2.5 pounds. So you can do that as well if you just, hopefully, if the pin that's attached to the cable stack is long enough where you can fit another weight. So that's usually what I'm doing when it comes to those specific machines. And it's been pretty helpful because it helps you progressively overload, but also you don't have to make these crazy huge jumps where sometimes you might fall short of the reps that you wanted to get. So that's just a bit of a pro tip when it comes to using cable stacks. Maybe that's why I also like using them so much, to be honest. Anyways, we're gonna do 3 sets of push downs, 1 set of some crossbody work, and then I'm thinking end it off with 2, maybe 3 sets of overhead, most likely 2 sets. And I think that's gonna be it for triceps. Now we also include hamstrings today, so we're gonna be doing some hamstring work today. We can't be forgetting that. So we're gonna do some hamstrings, or I'm thinking 3 sets of laying hamstring curls like we usually do, up until they get maybe hopefully seated curl. You guys already know that one's kind of a bit more better for me. That one's the one that I like the most. So hopefully at some point they get a seated curl because I just feel like I get more stable in that position. So until then, we're gonna be doing the laying curls for 3 sets, 3 heavy ones. I'm thinking maybe starting off around the 143. I think that'll be pretty good. Or maybe we'll do, I think it's 127. Maybe we'll add a little bit more weight to get a little bit under the 143 so we can then try to hit the 143 pounds for a solid 8, where I feel pretty confident. Then we can move up, because you don't want to continue to move up if you're not reaching your rep range. You want to make sure you're being careful and you're not getting hurt. So 6, 7 sets of triceps, 5 sets of hamstrings, 3 sets of laying curls, and then 2 sets of RDLs to finish things off. Most likely going to record just the first RDL. You guys should already know the deal. And that should be pretty good. That should end off today. I can't wait to get a good pump check and see if we find a good little spot. You guys already know I kind of prefer a spot close to a mirror because I can really see myself and see how I'm posing down. And that's usually where I get my best pose downs. Now, yesterday, I meant at the end of the day to order some stuff from Amazon because I was running out of hair products. And so I don't know about you guys, but I'm a bit of a procrastinator. And because I was also super busy with the whole presentations things kind of going on with work, man, I kept forgetting. I kind of kept pushing it off. And I was running out of my sea salt spray that I use for my hair because it gives it volume. And before, it would just like kind of flatten out throughout the day. But ever since I started using the sea salt spray, it just has a bunch of volume, honestly. And it also doesn't flatten out throughout the day, even when I'm also sweating at the gym. So that has been a lifesaver. The sea salt spray has been dope. There's the one that we've been rocking with from Amazon. We picked up the same brand again. And then we also picked up some styling powder. Now, if some fellow barbers are watching me, you guys might say, man, styling powder doesn't work on long hair. And I'm not going to disagree with you. I kind of agree, but man, I've been making it work for me. I'm not going to lie. I kind of want to say my hair's about the maybe medium-sized hair, nothing too long, nothing too short. It's kind of around the medium size. But I like using styling powders because whenever I was using things like pomades, things like styling gels, or whatever that might be, all these different products, none of them ever stayed. None of them ever kept my hair together until I started using styling powders. And ever since then, I've been able to kind of achieve the look of kind of like a messy look that I kind of like, but also nothing too crazy where it's getting super frizzy, because my hair is kind of wavy, so it gets super frizzy, super crazy. So I also have to put in some conditioner and things like that. I have some type of mousse that I also put after I put the sea salt spray, where I let it sit so it can curl up the hair a little bit more. And that's usually what the routine kind of looks like. I know I kind of went into a routine because I started talking about the Amazon pickups, but for styling powders, I think I've only tried one specific brand. I think it's level 3. And I've tried their, let me show you guys. So I've tried these two ones right here. I think one was either the light hold or the medium hold. And then the one that I just ordered for the second time is the one with the strong hold. And I think that's the one that I like the most. Now, the only downside to styling powders, because I have such long hair, I did say kind of, agree with barbers on it not being it for longer hair, because what happens is if I put too much, then it'll kind of makes my hair look a little gray, which kind of sucks. But I try to avoid that by really kind of like putting it super far away from me. But there's been a few times where a little bit more than I would like slips out, and then I have some gray sections of my hair, which is not ideal. But I guess it is what it is to achieve whatever is going on here. Anyways, I'll see you guys at the gym. We'll see what we end up starting off with before I start going on another tangent. But I'm hoping for some dumbbells. Hopefully, that section of the gym is pretty empty and we kind of get to maneuver around a little bit. If not, I think some Smith machine incline chest press will do the trick. I'll see you guys over there. I'm going to take the pre workout too.
No, that sounds good.
Today's our lucky day. We have this whole section to ourselves. So I think we're going to go for the dumbbells. I think we're going to start with maybe the 45s to start off, get a little bit of a feeler, and then we'll start up. Kind of go gradually up. I can get a little carried away at times. Actually, wasn't too bad. Let's go ahead and let's go deeper into the top set. So I think we're gonna go for 80s, maybe 65. Hit it for maybe 1, 2. That'd be pretty good. Yeah, I'm already being the pre-workout. My heart's beating super fast, which sometimes I feel like can throw me off. I start getting a little bit of anxiety. But I guess that's really what we ask for, right? When we're taking fucking however milligrams of caffeine we're taking. All right. Hopefully 65 feels light, but I still think we're gonna go for the 80s. Okay. You know, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. I might be overthinking it just a tiny bit, but I think I'll be okay. I think it's because the pre-workout has my heart racing. Anyways, let's take the ladies for a ride. Fucking hope for the best. We are gonna use the sleeves. Let's not fucking get less than 7. That's our fucking goal. Okay. We're aiming for 7 here. Let's fucking hope for the best. I need to take a few deep breaths before we start, but I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good. I'll see you guys after the wrap up because it takes me a little while to set this up. Mostly if you don't have a partner, it takes way longer. I was just talking to Brandon about it yesterday because I let him borrow these while he was doing his top set. I told him if he wanted to borrow these, and he tried them out. He really liked them. But yeah, let's see how these feel for this one. I wish me luck. Okay, that that was exactly what I was fucking expecting. That was fucking good. We're slowly getting some fucking strength now. I think next week, since we already solidified the 7, we're gonna go for 8. But just based on how this one went, I think we can for sure get a solid 8. All right, I'm gonna take maybe like a 3-minute breather, maybe 5. Not gonna lie, and then we'll hit it for maybe I don't know 70s or 75s. It depends. Let's put this away. I don't know about you guys, but I'm already feeling the pump. Yeah, feeling pretty good. Man, this week has been a fucking packed week, stressful week, but it's been a good one. We hit a PR for legs. We just hit a PR for chest in a while. So things are looking up. Things are looking up. Okay. I'm ready just aiming to get as many as I can, or at least match the same reps as the last one. Okay. We got the 8 that we wanted. We're done with these. Let's go through the cable stack now. I need a fucking breather. I drink some water as we set up for the next one. I ended up just racing them just a tiny bit. So what I'm gonna try to do is just kind of hold it a little bit more up and really squeeze down. And we're gonna be working on our lower chest, kind of on our overall chest, to be honest with you guys now. Let's get one of the homies to help us out. I gotta find someone real quick. Maybe if I can find Fernando or someone. Or let's try it the way that we found out the last time, where I started by grabbing it on my left hand, because that's my weaker hand. I think that let's try that first. All right, let's see if we can grab it. Now we're gonna have to have some. Let's try some to help me. I need to find someone. All right, I'm gonna need to wait for someone to free up because it's a little bit lonely at the gym. I guess that's kind of what you get when you want an empty gym. So appreciate it. All right, we got Fernando again. Shout out to him, man. He's always fucking helping us out. All right, let's do this. Thank you so much. That's the primo. Okay, let's get comfy. I think on the next one, we'll ask someone else. That way. That was good. That was fucking good. I think for the next one, I think we're gonna do 45. 45 kg should do the trick now. I need at least a 3-4 minute breather. And then we'll start up, man. Fuck. Now, usually the cues that I follow when it comes to this one in particular, because sometimes it's a little bit more difficult to gauge when to start pushing in. What usually I do is get a bit of a stretch, and then I give it just a tiny bit more where I feel an extra little stretch. And when I feel that, that's when I push. Now, for some people, sometimes they might take it a little bit too extra and they might start maybe messing up their back, their shoulder. So really for some of these, just really make sure that once you kind of get some of that stretch in, you don't take it back too fucking crazy. Mostly for a weight that you've never done before. Just because I will say it can compromise your shoulder. So you want to make sure that you're being careful with these in particular. Now, let's do 45 kg and see how that goes. I'm gonna switch the weight. I'm gonna drink some water, maybe use the bathroom a little bit. Then we'll start this bad boy up again. For this next one, we're gonna take 45s for a spin. Let's find someone to help us out real quick because I don't know if I can see the homie Fernando. So let's see what we can find. All right. Thank you so much. Let's start. Okay, that's it. I think we're gonna do some dips. That was pretty good. Now, I think we're gonna do some dips. I made a bit of a mistake on the last one. Instead of moving it down to 45, I ended up staying at the 50 because I just didn't pay any attention. For some reason, I thought I moved the weight down, but I guess I didn't. So I think I'll be fine. We ended up just getting 6 with the 50, which we ended up just matching it, which is nice. So I think for this one, what I'm gonna do, because sometimes I get a little bit of wrist pain with this particular movement. So I'm gonna take off my watch real quick and we're gonna do some dips, but with the wrist wraps. Just so it can help us stabilize a little bit more. Now, shout out to all the homies here at the gym who always help us set up just because it's sometimes a little bit harder to set up. So it's nice to be able to ask someone. Like I was telling you guys in the car, don't be afraid to ask someone to help you set up if you need to. You know, just the same way if anyone were to ask you, you know, you'll you'll basically return that favor. Anyways, let's go ahead and hit this one for as many as we can. I'm anticipating at least a solid 8 to 10. That's what I'm hoping here. Don't fucking quote me. Don't quote me, but that's what I'm hoping for. Let's put a good song hype us up real quick. We probably should already started with the song because my wrist's already probably gonna be dead by that time, but whatever. I guess that's just a skill issue, right? You know what's also another skill issue? Losing your fucking AirPods. So I have to find it in a bit. We'll see. I think I have it somewhere. I always lose everything. There's always something I lose. Okay, that was pretty good. Let me go fucking find my AirPod because I lost it. I found it. It was stuck in between. It was stuck in between the seat. Man, these AirPods can be something else. I'm not gonna lie. Now, my coworker's supposed to drop something off in my apartment. I'm looking at the picture that they sent me. Tell me why. I think they dropped off the materials at the neighbor's house. So let's see how that fucking goes once we go over there. Let's go ahead and do our last one now. We took about a 2 3 minute break. I think we can hit this round for another solid 7 8. After this, we do some triceps and then we're up to some hamstrings. We're almost there. We're almost there. Now, if you sometimes have a little bit of wrist pain when you're doing your dips, try using these here, and I think you're gonna find some benefit to them. I started finding a lot of benefit, mostly when it comes to stabilizing myself and just overall projecting my wrist on this particular movement. Because sometimes it can get a little compromised towards the end. All right, so How about we pause at that? Take these bad boys off. Maybe pause it and hit it for 3 more. And we're fucking done with chest. We have a fucking crazy pump going on. We got need at least 3 more. And I'll be pretty content. I think after today, we're gonna do some mobility exercises and stretches for our shoulder. Just to make sure, we're doing that maintenance work. Because I feel like that's just as important to make sure that you're okay in the long run. Anyways, let's say for hopefully 3 more. Hope for the best. That's it. We're done. Let's go do some triceps now. We either stay at this specific one that we like, or we go to the other side of the gym. We'll have to see. Okay. I think we're gonna use this cable side gear on the cages. I think we can utilize this one now. Let's set up real quick. Let's put this all the way up. Now, really, the goal here is to get as top as possible, as close as possible, and really fucking push down. That's what we're gonna do. Let's find one of the good bars that we like, and then go from there. If I can find it. All right, we found the bar that we were looking for. It's pretty good, actually. I think it's the perfect thing too because it doesn't dead stop, which is nice. I was almost afraid that thing wasn't gonna be long enough, and then when I got up to this part, it was just gonna stop me, and that sometimes kind of throws off my flow. Now I kind of wish that you can move this up just a tiny bit more, but it seems like this is the highest right now. Unless you take off one of these screws, so I don't know. I think we'll be fine. Now, let's try 50 kg. See how that feels, and then worst case scenario, we drop set or we pause set. We'll have to fucking see. A nice stretch. Okay. That actually was better than I thought. We got a solid 6, which is nice. Now what I'm thinking for the next one, we'll drop to 45 kg. I think that'll be good. Maybe we can at least match the same reps as this one, or hopefully get at least 2 more and get around maybe the 7 to 9 mark. We'll have to fucking see. Okay. Let's do this next one now. I'm already feeling a good fucking pump. What we decided to do was drop down to 45 kg. Let's make sure we actually change the weight this time. Not make that mistake. Now, depending on how this one goes, we stick to the 45 kg or we move down a little bit. It just really depends. So that we can stay to the same weight though. All right, let's try to get at least a solid 7 and 9. That's the rep range we're going for. We got 8. I think we're gonna hit this one for one more because I'm feeling a pretty good fucking bump. I don't know about you guys, but things are looking good. Let's go ahead and do our last one now. Now, this isn't the last one for our triceps. This is our last one for the push down that we're about to do. After that, we're gonna do maybe just one set of crossbody, and then we're gonna move over to some overhead. So we still got some sets left. So get it a little bit comfortable. All right, let's try to get as many as we can here. That's it. That's all we have. Let's do some crossbody now for one set. We're almost there. Let's go ahead and do not our overhead. What am I talking about? Let's go ahead and let's do our crossbody. Now we're gonna do this one for just one set. Let's see how the 15 feels real quick, the 15 kg. That's not bad. Let's do 15 kg, see how that goes. Hoping we get at least a solid 8 to 9. We'll have to fucking see. Nice. Okay, this was. All right, let's get this one right. Man, it seems like this whole day is just fucking 666. Pause. Okay. Let me get next one on my left.
Okay. I'm fucking tired. I won't even lie to you guys. Let's take a fucking 5 minute breather. And let's do some overheads up next. It's time for some overhead now. Let's put on this bar that we like. Put on our wrist straps. Fucking go hard. We're gonna do this one for 2 sets. We're right here. Yeah, I'll be fine. Now for this one, I actually don't know how much to do. Maybe let's try 45. Just because when we do overhead, we like to do it with the other machine. And I think our system's a little bit different with some of them. So we're gonna have to see how 45 kg feels. If it feels heavier or if it feels lighter. We gotta take off our watch again. I'm just constantly taking this thing off. Let me restart this. All right, let's see how this feels. Not exactly sure what to expect. All right. Our fucking drop sending that for sure. 35 kg. Okay. Now, I think for the second and final one, we're gonna do 40 kg. I think that'll be good. I think on the worst case scenario, we end up dropping down to 35 again. Yeah, I think I'll be fine. I'll drink some water real quick, and then we'll start up again. Aventuras been fucking putting us through this whole fucking routine today. And I say to PR, I think we need to start listening to Spanish music more often. Okay. That is it. That is it for chest. That is it for triceps. We got a fucking good fucking pump. You guys can fucking see. But we're about to move over and do some hamstrings, so we'll see how that goes. Let's go ahead and let's start off some hamstrings now. We're gonna see it for 3 sets. Thankfully, we're doing hamstrings right when the class is about to start, so it's about to get noisy, but at least it's towards the end of our session. And then we're gonna go to the other side of the gym, which is way more quieter. So we got lucky today. I think we got lucky. Let's do 143. Oh, our hamstrings are cooked. Let's for sure drop down. All right, let's take this 127. Hopefully, get at least a solid 4 more. Okay, we got the 4 that we needed. I'm gonna stay here for 2 more, and I'll show you guys for some RDLs. My hamstrings are fucking cooking. That was the first one. Let's go ahead and let's do some good mornings now. I changed my mind. At first, we are gonna do some RDLs, but I decided to set up the good mornings right here. So we're gonna do it for 1 set, 2 sets actually. I stand corrected. 2 sets. I'm just gonna record the first one, and then I'll see you guys for the close now. We're gonna start off with I think 2 plates. Just depending on how this one goes, we either go up or we stay. Or we fucking move down. That's worst case scenario. All right, let's see how this one fucking goes. Hope for the best. Hope we don't fucking tear anything. I'll get you back. All right. I'm gonna see you for 1 more. And I'll see you guys for the pose on up next. We're gonna use the same spot that we used yesterday for the pose down, but today was a good fucking chest day, man. We really ended off the week really well. Fucking did super good on our presentation earlier this morning. We got certified for what we were training for. We hit a fucking PR yesterday for fucking hats. And We fucking hit a PR today for chest with the 80. So we're coming into the fucking long weekend pretty fucking excited. So let's continue having a good day. We might stop by Safeway. We're not sure. We'll have to see if anything else stop by in the morning. I think that'll be fine. Anyways, let's see what kind of damage we did. Today's been a good fucking day. There we go. Make sure the thing's even too. Seems like it's a little lopsided, so give me one quick sec. So yeah, it's way better. Okay. It was a little lopsided. Had to fix it. Nice. Let's take a look at the back now. I need to take a quick break. I'm gonna try to do it last race. Hopefully the fucking best. Or you know the way I can do it? And let's try to see how it looks. Let's try to do it forward and then we'll just turn around. So that's how it's supposed to look, I guess. I hope. Okay, that's it. Let's fucking go home. I don't think we're gonna stop by Safeway just because I'm a bit tired. And I still got some things to do once we get home. So I think it's best that we just go straight home. Take care of the things we need to take care of, and then prepare for tomorrow for our back and shoulders. Let's get one more last stretch, and then we'll go home. Nice. Okay. I think that's it. I'm gonna go home. Let's hope that next week is another good fucking week. Let's hope that the long weekend is nice to us. It's nice to you guys. Remember to stay safe. Don't go out drinking and driving now. You guys shouldn't even be drinking if you're into bodybuilding. It's not good for you. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Remember, stay consistent. Don't skip your cardio. Have a good weekend.